Hello friends, welcome to Shiksharthi. In this video, we shall be solving questions of exercise 5.3 on arithmetic progressions. So let's start. Now talking about question number 1. Question number 1 says, find the sum of the following arithmetic progressions. So talking about the first one, and these are the formulas. This is one among the other formulas that we have already discussed it in our video, which we will be using throughout. So the series here is 2, 7, 12 and so on, and this they are asking you to calculate till 10 terms. So the very first thing that you need to understand here is, what is the value of a here? 2. What is the common difference? 5. What is the number of terms? 10. So can I use this formula? I can. Can I use this formula? No. Here you need to know the last term which you need to calculate. So when you are calculating the last term, it gets changed to this formula only. So we know that sum of S10 refers to the sum of first 10 terms of this series. So in this case, this becomes 10 by 2. We are using the same formula. Now 2 into 2, which is 4, plus n minus 1, so 10 minus 1 is 9, into d, which is 4. So can I say this is 36 plus 4 is 40. So 40 into 10, which is 400, 400 divided by 2. So this is 400 divided by 2, which is equal to 200. So this is your final answer. Talking about question number 2. Sub part 2. So here we are talking about question number 1, sub part 1. And the next that we are going to do here is question number 1, sub part 2. So sub part 2, the question is, this is a series. You may choose to take more terms also as they have given, but taking 2 terms also will also help, and they are asking you to sum up this series till 12 terms. This is what they are asking you to do. So now you do the same. The first term here is minus 37. The common difference here is plus 4. Why? Because this is an increasing arithmetic series. It increases because the common difference is positive and the first term is negative. So since the first term is negative and the common difference is positive, so you will keep on getting terms which will be greater than the preceding terms or the earlier terms. Okay. Now the value of n here is 12. So you need to find out the sum for first 12 terms of the given series. So which is just like saying 12 divided by 2, then twice of a, which is minus 74, plus n minus 1, which is 11, and into d, which is 44. So can I say that this is nothing but 6? Now this is 6 into how much? Minus 30, which gives me the answer as minus 180. Talking about the third subpart here of question number 1. So third subpart says the series here is 0. No, it is 0.6, 1.7. So 0.6, 1.7, 2.8, and they are asking you to calculate the sum of this given series till the 100 terms. For the first 100 terms. So can I put it as S of 100? Yes. Which is equal to n by 2, which is 100 by 2. Twice of a makes it. So I have not written the values now, because once you know, you can always write it also, but once you know the process, then let's say if this would have been an objective question, you are not going to write all these things. But yes, this is for sure that had it been a subjective question, I need to write down the values first before I use the formula. I have skipped using the values, writing the values, though I am using the values. So twice of a is 1.2 plus n minus 1, which is 99. And how much is the common difference here? The common difference here is 1.1. Okay. Now the point here is, you should know how much is 99 into 11, and then you divide it by 10. So how much is 99 into 11? So can I say it is 1089? How did I calculate it? So the best way here is, assume that this is 11. So 11 can be written as 10 plus 1. So this is just like saying 990 plus 99. So 990 plus 99 is how much? 1089. Okay. So now this becomes 108.9. So maybe just for the sake of calculation, 108.9 and I need to add another 1.2 to it. So this comes out to be 100. Now I have to multiply it by 100, so this is just like saying, so this further divided by 2. So 2 5s are 10, 2 5s are 10 again, then comes 0, then comes 5. This is the answer. Does it have a fourth subpart? Yes. So the fourth subpart here is 1 by 15, 1 by 12, 1 by 10 to 11 terms. Okay, let me do it here. Subpart 4. 1 by 15, 1 by 12. Next is 1 by 10, and you have to sum up till the 11th term. So what is the value of A here? 1 by 15. What is the value of D here? So you will say this is nothing but 1 by 12 minus 1 by 15. The best way, if you had to do it orally, write down equivalent fractions such that they have a common base. Common base means common denominator. So here, can I take the LCM as 60? So in that case, this becomes 5 minus 4, which is 1 by 60. So now, can I write this as 5 by 60? Can I write this as 6 by 60? Yes. When I subtract this, am I getting 1 by 60? Yes. Okay. And the number of terms here are 11. So sum for first 11 terms of the given series will be n by 2, which is 11 by 2, times of 2a, which is 2 by 15, plus n minus 1, which is 10, into d, which is 1 by 60. Let it remain as this only, because then it becomes easier for you to take the LCM. So now once you take the LCM, you know the LCM is already a 60. Now 4 into 2 is 8, 8 plus 10 is what you get. So can I say this is nothing but 11 by 2 times of 18 divided by 60. So which further I can say? So this is 33 by 20 is the answer that I am getting. Okay, let's move on to the next question. The next question here is question number 2. So question number 2 says find the sums given below, and then they have again given you some series. So the first series that they have given to you is 7. First subpart here. So 7 followed by 10 and a half, followed by 14, and so on. You are supposed to find out the sum. Now if you note the difference here, because till now I have not talked about this, but now it gives me a point to talk about this. So this, and they say that this. Now if they would have wanted, they could have given this question as 7 comma, and they would have asked you to find out the sum as they have done for other questions. Now at this stage it behooves me to say, now when I talk about this representation wherein I am using a comma means I am talking about different terms of an arithmetic series. But when different terms I use, when I know this is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term, this let's say is the last term of an arithmetic series, but instead of a comma, if I use a mathematical operator in between, here I am using an addition, so this becomes a progressive series. Why progressive? Why? Because it is progressing. I mean the sum is increasing. If I take only the first term, it is 7, but if I take first 2 terms, the sum of first 2 terms, it comes out to be 17 and a half. Which is why in the real sense this is known as arithmetic progression. And all other representations, any other representation, for example if I talk about this representation, this will be known as an arithmetic series. So by default, what are you supposed to do? Even if they do not give you any instruction for this, what you are expected to do here, you are just supposed to find out the sum without any additional instruction being given. But in this case they need to give you the instructions. I mean, what do you need to do next? Are you supposed to find out the sum of first 11 terms or 10 terms, or they may ask you to find out the 5th term or the 6th term or any term of the series? That is arithmetic series. But the moment you talk about progression, that means you're talking about finding out the sum for, let's say, first 5 terms, all the terms, whatsoever. So this is arithmetic progression, this representation, and any other representation which has a comma in between and they are connected with the help of a common difference. I mean the terms are connected with the help of a common difference with a comma in between. They will be known as arithmetic series. For further discussions, please remember this. Okay, so now what do I do? How many terms does this series have? So either I use this formula or I use this formula, but in any case I need to estimate the number of terms. For that, the first term here is 7. What is the common difference? The common difference is 3.5. And what is the last term? So let's say if I am saying this is A1 or T1, does not make any difference as long as you know that A1 and T1 are nothing but the first and the last term. So let's put it as T1 only. Let's put this as the last term, which is Tn, which is 84. Now we had done a formula, the first term and the last term and so on. So first term and the last term, how many pairs would we get? We would get n by 2 pairs. So the sum for first n terms, which we don't know, the value of n here will be n by 2 times of 7 plus 84, which is 91. And then I need to see how many terms are in the given series, for which I can simply use the formula Tn is equal to T1 plus n minus 1 into D, which is just like saying 84 minus 7, how much is it? 77 divided by D, which is how much? 7 by 2, gives me n minus 1. Okay, so what is the value of n from here? Can I say it is a 23? Can I say that this will be a 23? Okay, so when I am dividing 77 by 7 by 2, I am getting 22, and the value of n minus 1 is a 22. So the value of n comes out to be 23. So in that case, the sum for first 23 terms will be given by 23 by 2 into 91. You can calculate this and get the final answer. You want me to calculate it for you? Even that can be done. So now how much is 23 into 90? And then you add another 23 to it. So this comes out to be, and then you have to divide it by a 2. So this should be the answer. Talking about the second subpart. Second subpart says 34 plus 32 plus 30, 34 plus 32 plus 30, and so on till the last term, which you are getting it as 10. So in the very first place, what do you need to do? You need to find out Tn minus T1 divided by n minus 1 or D to get the number of terms. Okay. So now in this case, what is the last term here? 10 minus 34 is minus 24. And what is the common difference here? Minus 2. So this comes out to be a 12. So the number of terms that we need to consider in the series are n is equal to 13. So what do I do now? So I need to find out the sum for first 13 terms, and the sum for first 13 terms is just like saying 13 by 2 times of first term plus the last term, which is 44, which is, so 13 into 2 is 26. So 26 and 26 makes it a 282 is the answer. Talking about subpart 3. Okay, so now subpart 3 says minus 5, minus 8, minus 11. So minus 5, minus 8, minus 11. This is how it goes. So is this an arithmetic progression? Yes. Progression? Yes. Progression? Yes. Why? Because we are using, we know that it is an arithmetic series, and in between the terms of an arithmetic series, you are using a mathematical operator like plus or minus. So please remember, arithmetic series will majorly use arithmetic operators or explicitly use mathematical operators like plus or minus only, and then analogously we can come down to plus means multiplication and minus means division. Remember this for times to come. Okay, so the last term here is minus, so this is how it goes, and the last term is minus 230. So we do the same. So we do what? Tn minus T1 upon D, and plus 1 gives me the number of terms. Slightly maneuvering the formula. So what is the last term here? Minus 230 minus or minus 5, which becomes plus 5, divided by D. How much is d here? Minus 8 minus or minus 5, which comes out to be minus 3. So this is just like saying minus, and you had to add another 1 to this, to the result. So can I say minus 225 divided by minus 3, and 1 added to this should give me 76 terms. Right? Now once you know this, you have to find out the sum for first 76 terms, which comes out to be 76 by 2 times of minus 5 and minus 230, which is minus 235. Further on, we'll be able to say this is nothing but 38 into minus 235. Right? We just need to calculate the value for this. So when I have to calculate the value for this, there are many ways of doing this. Maybe what you can do is you can write this as 30 plus 8. It becomes easier for you to calculate. So when you write this as 30 plus 8, 3 into 5, and then 8 times of this. So this should come out to be an 8930. Let me check it up with the help of another method. So since you are watching my videos, we have discussed how to multiply a 2-digit number with a 3-digit number or a 3-digit number using the method which has been discussed under the playlist of calculations. You can watch it. So 0 into 2 is 0. Next is 6, 16 and 9 makes it a 25. 24 and 15 makes it a 39. Next, can I say 40? So 0 comes down, 9 plus 4 is 13, 1 goes here, 9. Yes, the answer was correct.